Okay, so week 2 of lockdown, and we've been doing a lot with our clients this week, and we've got lots to share with you about ideas of how to combat this terrible crisis. And we know that it's extremely difficult for a lot of businesses out there, and our heart really goes out to all those people who've built really good businesses and are struggling. But if you are lucky enough to keep trading, it is so important to keep pushing your marketing, because ultimately business is about the equation of operations plus marketing equals sales. We just try and keep that simple at Polaris and with our clients as well. Just try and keep that equation going, and often too many businesses forget about the marketing element of it, or aren't particularly focused on the marketing element, and that does damage sales, especially now. The mood music that we're hearing, and we tune into the CBI daily webinar, and I'm on the Northwest Regional Council of the CBI, is that businesses need to start preparing for the recovery. However uncertain that is, we've got to keep our businesses going as much as we can and be ready when this lockdown starts to be dismantled. So, what can you do, and what have we been doing that's been proved to be effective? Well, the mainstream media, and in that I'm thinking regional press and national press for a second, they are very responsive to articles about businesses that are clearly doing something relevant to the crisis. So one of our clients, Liverpool Seafarers Centre, is a charity looking after seafarers, and they've been doing a lot to raise awareness of the contribution of seafarers and shipping at this time of lockdown, that this is an industry that we are hugely reliant on in Britain, with 95% of all imports and exports coming via sea. And Liverpool Seafarers Centre are raising awareness of this, and the huge pressure on seafarers who aren't able to even get off their ship for any shore leave, let alone know how or when they're going to be able to go home. So we've seen that the media has been very responsive to that. Another one of our clients, Hero Cycles, one of the world's biggest pedal bike manufacturers, and its UK subsidiary Insync Bikes, have been doing a lot around this because bike shops are able to stay open. So we've been blogging about how cycling can help improve immunity and improve sensitivity to vaccines, and improve people's mental health and relieve stress. So cycling can play a big role during this crisis, and we've seen that there is a lot of interest in cycling. And one thing that Hero is doing is promoting an offer whereby NHS workers can get a big reduction on buying their bikes. So that's a story that we've been promoting that's seen a good response from the media. So mainstream media, regional press, national press, very important. Also trade press, because we're seeing and we're hearing from trade press that they want stories from our clients, and particularly looking at the maritime sector, which has got such a broad and diverse and vibrant media, many titles, all looking to fill their monthly publications, but also their daily e-newsletters and their websites. They're looking for news, so keep pushing your news out there from your operations. There's a lot of interest, and bear in mind what we're hearing is that media readership rates are really rocketing at the moment. In America, apparently the mainstream media is seeing readers increase by a third, so there's a lot of eyeballs out there. And whilst we would never suggest chasing the media, chasing headlines, do promote robust stories where you're helping with the crisis, or you've got you're adapting to the crisis and your operations are still going. It's worth pushing those stories because the media really wants to hear them. Other things that we've seen to be effective is our own publishing channels and our clients' publishing channels. So social media, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and e-newsletters. We put out 2 e-newsletters this week for our client Insync Bikes. Both got really good open rates. And it's a really good way to stay in touch with clients. I mean, at the moment, we can't get on a plane, train, or get in a car. and we can't see each other, sadly. So how else can we do this? Well, one of the most effective ways is through the media and is through social media. So keep pushing out your e-newsletters, keep pushing campaigns on social media. And finally, and it's something that we've blogged on before, think about how you're doing good. Maybe you're helping with the crisis, or maybe you're doing something to help your industry become greener or safer. It's something we've blogged about a lot, and the media really wants to write these stories at the moment. If you speak to the mainstream media like the Financial Times, Guardian, BBC, they are really interested to hear from businesses that are doing good. Now, for a lot of companies, they do struggle to find that higher purpose within their operations, but it is so important to try and find that higher purpose where you're making a positive difference, because you're much more likely to get buy-in from your customers, from your stakeholders, from your staff, from potential customers and staff. If they believe that your company is doing a positive good, it's so inspiring, it motivates people. And one way that you can do this at the moment is by embedding the United Nations Sustainable Global Goals into your operations. And there are a number of these global goals, 17 in total. And if you Google it, there's a lot of businesses that are now embedding the global goals into their operations, which is helping them to crystallize the good that they're doing and focus their operations and very much bring them in line with how other leading organizations in the world are focusing their operations through the UN Sustainable Global Goals. So there's just some thoughts from us. Very best of luck to all of our friends and contacts. We're really missing seeing you, and do stay safe. Bye for now.